Hey friends, this is Wishko the Ferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den where we're keeping things warm and we're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you from March 20th to the 26th. This introduction that I'm recording now is going to be the same for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, but all of your readings are different. This is me coming back from the future after the editing process and going, oh my gosh, I'm a herp derp and I made a mistake. So I had said that there was a full moon in Aries coming up, but it's actually a new moon, so that's like a huge distinction. So let me just re-record the intro for all of them, and that way if you want to skip ahead to your sign, you can. But essentially, a few things. Firstly, Patreon launching late March, early April. So if you like my vibe, if you think I'm cool, go ahead, like and subscribe. That way you don't miss content from me, and you can keep up to date with when I'm coming out with that. Okay, and secondly, this new moon in Aries. New moon is great for manifestation, and Aries is the start of the zodiac. It's coming out March 21st. It's going to be out there nice and bright. But I guess a new moon, it doesn't shine bright, but the energy is going to feel bright because it coincides with the spring equinox. So that's just like double the fresh energy. So if you're into manifestation and if you're really into like things like the law of attraction and you're into astrological forecasts and such and really trying to capitalize on those energies, go check out your favorite astrologer so you can figure out how you can best make use of those energies and whatever it is that you want to manifest this season, because it is just super powerful right now and I am so excited, y'all. I'm on it. But anyway, and thirdly, I think at the time I recorded this, like right now I'm coming back from a cold, but I think I was real deep in it when I was doing the 3 readings. So yeah, you'll have to excuse any obnoxiously blowing into tissues if I do that, or like taking long periods of drinking water, my nose being all stuffed up. That's just, I work in an elementary school. I love these children, but they are walking petri dishes and scrubbing up all the germs basically. So yeah. With that being said, air signs, let's get on into your reading. I'm going to say my prayer as you still yourself in your calm. And I'm just going to get into it. So thank you, Archangel Michael, for shrouding me with the protection, a beautiful light of protection. Thank you, angel team. Thank you, spirit guides, for stepping forward, connecting me with the highest love, the highest truth, and the highest light for our Geminis, sun, moon, or rising for the week of March 20th to the 26th, or whenever they happen to come across this reading. Thank you for helping me to lift and empower the collective and to speak for their highest good. Thank you for helping our audience use their best discernment when trying to sort through the messages. So what do we have for our Geminis? You have your own flair about you, Gemini, because you have the peacock spirit. Let it shine. And I really feel like this is something that, Spirit is speaking to your individuality here, and they're saying that you have unique characteristics. It's something about it being substantial for your growth right now is to really show off that uniqueness. The only thing is right here, you have parrot spirit, watch your words. So whatever energy you're putting out there is going to rely heavily on the words that you use to make sure that you're speaking to yourself kindly, that you're speaking to others kindly, that you're drawing boundaries where you need to, because parrot spirit always echoes things back to you. So if they say that, like, the things that you say, so Spirit's kind of popping this example into my head of somebody who is like just swearing up a storm in their house, and then all of a sudden their pet parrot or something in the background starts like mirroring your swear words and saying awful things and you're like, when you hear it, you're like, oh my gosh, where did you hear that from? And then you realize that, oh, I said that. So really just pay mind to like the things that you're saying, and I feel like now is the time to turn your attention towards it. I also like how, with the peacock spirit and the parrot spirit, their numbers are 46, 45. So I just think I love when the numbers coincide. So that usually means that you're on the right track, that things, it's like,
it's showing up to me as like divine timing. So like whenever I see numbers go 1, 2, 3, 4, even whether they're going forwards, backwards, it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything about your growth unless spirit tells me, oh, hey, that's something that you need to like, tell them. But it really just feels like divine timing is just very important in your life right now, that things will be, don't really expect certain things because everything's going to be working out in divine timing. Like everything is in the right plan right now is what Spirit is trying to assure you. Also, you have bird spirits, and, peacocks don't really, I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think peacocks fly. I'm pretty sure they don't. But it really feels like, because there's a lot of bird spirit here, it feels like you're really taking flight this week. This just feels like, I don't know, this just feels like the kind of energy where, like, maybe you're just coming into your individuality, or you're just recognizing your unique traits, or you're starting to cherish the things that make you unique. Okay, and you're really wanting to capitalize on that. You're really wanting to use it. And I think that's actually very beneficial, again, with the astrological energies we have going on. Like, I think that you could really benefit from that. Like, you can forge your own unique path. Spirit is kind of letting me know that you are forging your own unique path right now. Oh my goodness. You also have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about being authentic. So anytime I get this card, it is always about being authentic. For me, it's always like expressing my truth, expressing the parts of myself that make me unique, and embracing the love that you have for yourself is going to be highly beneficial for you at this time. Really recognizing what you can bring into the world. It's showing a lot of love for yourself. On your astrology dice, you have Mercury, Cancer, and the 11th house. So for Mercury, it's really about your words. There's something really big about your words this week, Gemini. It's the type of words that you're using right now that Spirit wants to call attention to. It feels like with Cancer, there's a lot of deep sensitivities, there's a lot of feelings involved, and they're feelings that run very deep, straight to your core, straight to your truth, vulnerability sometimes that you have to work through. And the 11th house is in regarding your friend circles or your social circles. So definitely watch out for your words in terms of your social circles. I'm not saying like, for some reason, Spirit's showing me like the image of somebody walking on thin ice. So I don't know if you're like walking on thin ice with the present energies in your life, or you feel like it. I'm saying, maybe other people might be more sensitive at this time. So just watch your words and try to take care. So like you need to embrace your uniqueness or your individuality, kind of despite what everybody feels. But it seems like people right now are just really sensitive for whatever reason. So not saying, be people pleasers and step around them, but just don't mind their energy and try to, be polite, be courteous, be kind. Just be aware that they are interesting. Be aware that their feelings run deep, and it seems like Spirit just said something about bringing a wrecking ball to your life. So I don't know what that means. I'm gonna let that be a message for somebody or a confirmation for somebody, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. It's just it seems like it doesn't seem like the main message for you, Gemini. It just feels like maybe you've let other people and their sensitivities take a wrecking ball to your life. I think minding your words is going to help balance the situation, but I don't think it's something that you need to walk on thin ice over, because the feeling that Spirit is giving me when they're showing you walking on thin ice is that, like, you don't really have to do it anymore. There are more solid patches that you can walk on. You don't have to walk on that thin ice, so should you choose your words carefully. So just make sure you watch your words. In your current energies, you have the World, the 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups, so I think you have a lot of opportunity present for you this week. There's a lot of chances of manifestations. I'm hearing something about whirlwinds, so maybe some of you are like in if you're dating, somebody said like a whirlwind or like some type of like passionate romance or whatever, so I guess those options are available to you should you go out to look for them. But the World just talks about a lot of opportunities. and going out and seizing them. You're also kind of closing out a cycle here with the world. So it's almost like ending a cycle and then you're embracing a new beginning of sorts. The Seven of Cups tells me that you're having options, or you have a lot of options. So if you are looking for love, it's like a good time to embrace your options. But you really have to feel in, and you really have to not be as critical, because I feel like there's a lot of us that go, oh, there's nowhere out there that I could look for love. But apps exist for a reason. Even if you're in a small town, I mean, so long as you have the means and the time to do it, then you can date around and, go out and meet people, go to events, participate in things. I mean, there are extra things that you can always be doing to go out and put that energy in. But the Four of Cups says that you're being picky and choosy, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I do feel like there's a little bit of stale energy with this. So when I see the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups together, I'm kind of ambivalent towards that, because I really feel like that just leads to stagnation. When we have so many options and we're sitting there, when we're being offered something, we do have a lot of choices present, but because we're being too picky, we're just kind of sitting there and we're not making a choice. And I think the important thing about moving forward with whatever it is that you want to do, like, yes, you want to be your unique self, but sometimes what feels like the perfect and the right opportunity, it might not show up with a neat little bow. It might not show up as the best looking present or the best opportunity. But if you take the best option at the time, it'll teach you something, and you'll be able to move in the direction so that, like, if it's easier for Spirit to offer more doors to you when you start opening the doors in your life already. So taking one opportunity leads Spirit to funnel through more energy so that they can present more doors to you, so that you can go up and open that door and then lead to 5 more doors. And then you open up one door and then it leads to 10 more doors. So it's a really, it's kind of like how, like in terms of like manifestation and like the law of attraction and stuff, like I've found this, at least for the energy that operates in my life, because I'm learning about manifestation now. So when I call in certain energy, and like I feel called to share this one story of how I was walking down the street and I was really just bummed because I did not bring a pen with me. And I was like, I really wish I had a pen, and I really wish I had a black pen that wrote so smoothly. And all of a sudden there was a black pen on the sidewalk. And I mean, it's like whatever, but like you can tell when you manifest it sometimes because your intuition grows. I was literally 2 minutes before, I was walking down the street and I was like, oh, I just remembered that I really want a pen. Grr. And then I suddenly came across a pen and I was like, but what are the chances? Because I'm very picky about my stationery. What are the chances that that's going to actually be a smooth pen? So sorry if this grosses y'all out, but I mean, like, I take it, like, I'm like, okay, I see a pen, I'm going to pick it up. And, I gave it a good clean, and I wrote with it, and it actually was, like, the smoothest pen I think I've ever written with. But I knew that, like, I thought about passing it at first because it looked very silly. There were other people, it was around a bus stop, there were a bunch of people around, and I didn't really want to be judged for picking up a pen, right? So I passed it, but then I just turned around and I was like, you know what? I really felt like if I didn't take that pen, I wasn't really accepting the energy that I had created. And when I generate that energy of wanting something, and then that energy comes along, and I'm like, okay, let me seize this opportunity and take it. It doesn't really harm me too much to take it. I didn't really think too much about it. I felt excited, and I'm going to act on that, and I'm going to take it. So I did, and it opened up the doors. I felt the energy kind of grow, so that it was easier for me to manifest more things in the future. So keep that in mind in terms of like your manifestation, and really just like accepting like what Spirit offers you. You're not settling. You will always be moving forward and going towards something better, but remember that like life is a journey, not a destination. So it's really taking that into practice and really just keep moving forward. So the important thing that Spirit is offering is go forward on your unique path. Just make sure that you're making a choice and then you're not sitting too long waiting for it. So in your challenges, you have Devil, the Seven of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like you're sitting on clarity that's not quite coming to you yet because you're not moving forward. And, and this energy isn't bad. It's okay to be stagnant for a little while, I mean, sometimes we need that rest, like we're stagnant for a reason. But this Devil energy does feel like, especially in a challenging position, it feels like you're kind of stuck in that loop. So Spirit just said that there are cries for success, like that you're wanting success, and it's almost like you are wanting it so badly. And what I suggest, especially with this Seven of Pentacles here, is really sitting with your vision of what success looks like for you. This is just like something that I want to come through to help ease this challenge a little bit more. I didn't even pull life easier or the way forward. I didn't pull that yet, but you know, I really feel called to say that sitting with what your vision of success looks like, making sure that not only is it attainable, because I think anything is possible in this world, but, you know, putting it into small achievable steps and actually getting clear about what it is that you want, because you could be constantly thinking, well, success is this, 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 and this, but then constantly compounding what success looks like to the point where it's a never-ending thing of, I'm not going to be happy until I'm successful. I'm not going to be happy until I attain everything. But you're always going to be, the thing is, because life is a journey, you're always going to want to be like, you know, I mean, it's okay to be happy and content where you're at, but we always want to grow. We want to learn. We want to experience. So really giving yourself the time to do that. Giving yourself the time to do that, moving forward with that, and getting clear about like what success looks like, because your success will be a journey too. It's not just success is your end goal. A lot of times, like for me, I've caught myself doing this too, and I know a lot of people who do this where they think, oh, I'm going to be like, I'm going to be satisfied and I'm going to relax when I get there. But when you get there, quote unquote, if you're not looking at the camera, I'm putting it in air quotes, when you get there, it's not, it's going to feel more like a relief and not a celebration. And the Spirit wants you to celebrate when it happens, but it's not quite a getting there. Like once you attain the image that you have in your mind, you really just got to get clear on that success. Because if you're not clear on that success, you're just going to be wanting more and more and more and chasing after this happiness when you need to be content in the moment and progressing and journeying through life as it is. But the Seven of Pentacles is assessing. So really getting clear about your success. The Ace of Swords, once you get clear about your success, then you'll have a clear vision for the future. The Ace of Swords is like a sudden epiphany or like a clear... Spirit just said it's a clear remembrance of your soul journey or your soul path. So like how you came into this world, or like why you came into this world. It's not like you're pinpointing a purpose, but it's almost like seizing the purpose that you have in the moment. I always say that purpose is too much of a pressure word. I mean, I'll use it because it's what people can relate to. It's what they identify with. A lot of people identify a purpose, but your purpose can change because we are ever-changing individuals. So dedicating your life to one thing sometimes is very scary, and it can be very challenging for some people. But because we are constantly fluctuating as people, because we are constantly changing and growing and experiencing, you really need to not box yourself in or limit yourself to one particular purpose. Like, I love to help, I love to heal, but I also love to experience joy. And I think that your purpose, or your focus rather, can change a lot. So really just understanding that, you know, getting clear about your aims will help bring forward the clarity that you need to move forward and really be able to seize what I'm going to say as your purpose in this moment, or your focus for this moment in time for the next step in your journey. What's going to make your life easier is just moving forward. The Six of Swords here is like clear as day to me. Just keep moving forward. Just take that energy and roll with it. Queen of Wands is actually rolling forward confidently. So choosing something and committing to it, there's something here about, and it's interesting because I'm saying movement and Spirit is saying still in the silence. But the way that they say it is indicating to me peace. Moving forward, so making your decision and moving forward in a way that like not confidently, I think there are different kinds of confidence. And I don't mean the bold, assertive confidence, in your face type of confidence. You're not trying to prove anything to anybody, and you're not trying to prove anything to yourself, but to really have such a confidence that you move with peace and grace. So again, I just feel like getting clear about what it is that you want and getting clear about your vision of success is really going to help you here. And the Four of Swords, find your dream. So Spirit just said find your dream with this. The Four of Swords is about meditating, and some of you can like reach out to Spirit through meditation to try to see what your potential goals and aims could be. But Spirit is saying directly find your dreams with this Four of Swords energy. So really taking the time to even look at your dreams, or even taking the time to say, I'm going to spend a half hour. I know it's a long time. You can make it 5 minutes. You can make it 10. If you want to sit there for an hour, you can do that too, because it's really fun. When you sit there with, like I sit there with my Chromebook, you could sit there with your notepad or your computer, tablet, whatever it is that you use, and you can literally be like, okay, I'm going to paint a picture of my life and dream and see what kinds of things do I want to manifest. So finding your dream, you might not have a clear vision of what it is, but when you sit down and you really connect with your values, it could help determine which path to move into. Spirit is saying your situation is only temporary. So don't fret over where you're at now. And it, like, Spirit is showing me somebody who's here in their temporary state, and they're showing me somebody who wants to jump over this large gap, and they're feeling very pressured, like they can't do it. You won't have to jump. Spirit will offer you stepping stones along the way so that you can close the gap with that. It's not as large as you think, and sometimes you do have to take that leap and take a risk to jump into something, but I really feel like don't be intimidated by how far away or how, I don't want to say how unattainable it is, because it is attainable and I know it's possible, but it feels like it's so far away for you. Or it feels like if you sit down and dream, it feels like it's so far away from you that it's unattainable. So that might actually put a stopper on how you dream. So Spirit is really saying remove the box that you're put in, remove any limitations that you have, and really let yourself dream to see where you can go. And I say that age doesn't matter when you dream. So honestly, like, even if you're like, you have like many decades of wisdom in this world, you really just like, what do you see for your life? What do you see for the rest of your life? What do you see? What is something that you would like to achieve? And then have fun working towards it, you know, because I mean, life is about the journey, not the destination. So, with that being said, Gemini, I'm going to roll some angel dice for you and then send you on your way. Anything else that we have for our Gemini's angels? 7, 6, 2. And I'm going to pull from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. Love this book, love the messages, and it always just, anytime I read it, I feel it in my heart space. So, let's see, 762. Your devotion and care for those in your life has been recognized by heaven. You are being thanked for all of the sacrifices you have made in your life in service of others. Now it's time for your will and dreams to be served. Oh my God, I got the chills. No! Oh, that was weird. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Sorry, y'all. Your devotion and care for those in your life has been recognized by heaven. You are being thanked for all the sacrifices you have made in your life in service of others. Now it's time for your will and dreams to be served. So if y'all, and it's 18:18 on my clock right now, guys. Woo! Okay, that's cool. So I just feel like that's double confirmation. I just think repeating numbers is always like a calling from angels of a sign. So, yeah, that's your message, Gemini. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your energy. Thank you to your spirit guides and your angel team and anybody you've called in on the other side to help. Thank you for helping me channel that energy, and thank you to my spirit team for helping me. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next time. I hope you have the best week.